Okay, the other solution is to get a multi-channel USB DAC, which will plug into the back of the NUC and provide 8 channels of audio output. That is 7.1. Now, like at the moment, it's a bit haphazard. I can turn it on and all the channels are all mixed up. Crazy. And I'm not sure what's causing it. I really need to try it without that splitter in line, but I can't get a signal through, so when I'm almost there now except for the crackles. So it'd be nice to stick with HDMI if I can, and apart from the crackles I'm just so close. And if I have no luck with the HDMI audio, at least then I'll be able to use the USB DAC in place. It will be forever limited to 7.1. There's no such thing as Atmos or DTSX or Auro 3D with this, unless I am able to manage to rearrange the audio channels, but I probably won't bother doing that. Anyway, I'll let you know how I go with the crackles eventually, but it's going to take a while. It's going quite well, and it's great to have a HTPC into my system. Well, my frustration continues, of course. Anything to do with PCs, it's always a frustration. I started to think about this Atmos, and I thought, what do other people do? And okay, I can get 7.1 surround sound, but it's is it Atmos? So anyway, I got on, usual thing, had a bit of a browse on the net, and I just discovered that you have to download a Microsoft Store program called Dolby Access. So let's do that. So to get Dolby Access, I had to go to Microsoft Store and download it and install it. However, the trick is that you need to ensure that you select the home theater icon and not the headphone icon. The headphone icon is up by default, so you have to look at it. It's not totally obvious, but they are icons that you need to select. You select the home theater PC icon, and away you go, you install it. But the trouble is, it won't install unless it sees the appropriate hardware. And while I'm using the HDMI cable, it does not install. So there you go, another hassle. So what happened? Well, you'll see what I did soon. I went and installed a lightning cable, which I just happened to have, lightning to HDMI. I bought it originally to use as a second monitor, but it's come to its own in this particular instance. So, but once you have that going, perhaps in your instance the normal HDMI might work. In this case, the lightning to HDMI cable allowed the Marantz to be seen by the software, and when you install Dolby Access, it comes up and sees the Marantz as the sound and not the output audio chipset in the NUC. And when it sees that, it will install it, and you see the Dolby home theater selection available. And once that's in, it's in. Well, I'm having a mixture of success and failure here. I found I could get the Dolby Atmos for home theatre to install when I use a Lightning to HDMI lead, and I'm getting 4K 60 Hz as you see, and it's this time rather than the HDMI chip in the computer, so that's good. And there we are, you see, it's for the home theatre, and what you do is you click on these and we're meant to get a sound. Now I was getting that before, but it's decided to stop on me. I seem to have it sort of working now. Some sounds are low and some are high, but the front, left and right are really low. Anyway, that's oh, see, that's better. They want it to be full range. Oh dear. Oh, that's a bit lower. Oh, it's very unorganised, but anyway, it's sort of working. So now if we go to, I'll go to Plex, I suppose. Let's try this one here. Resume. Well, you can't hear that, but it is in surround.
Okay, all right. But when it comes to Kong, what I say, go.
You name the terms. Thank you.
But it doesn't come up as Dolby Atmos on the receiver. It just comes up as Dolby Surround 5.1.
I already regret this.
Those colours don't look right.
Together. You.
And it keeps cutting out like this. So, problems never end. Well, nothing's ever easy. With the lightning cable to HDMI, it's actually, the picture-wise, it's quite reliable. The other thing is that the audio with the Atmos setting, it drops out now and again, which of course is frustrating and the last thing we want. The picture, yes, I guess I could always play with the settings to get that right. But the audio, there's nothing I can do about stopping that from dropping out. Nothing at all. It's just a direct cable from the NUC to the receiver. I'm just about give up at this stage, trying to get it to work nicely. Even the Dolby Atmos, I think it only does 7.1 anyway. I can't see how it does overhead because it doesn't come up. If we go into the setup, yes, speaker setup. Now if we go into speakers, manual setup, speaker config. Oh no, I haven't got them selected. Oh goodness. Oh, here I am whinging and moaning, and I didn't have it selected. I must have put it back. Alright, so now the receiver is set up for 11.1. So 4 heights and 5.1. Right, let's go back out and see how the software copes. The receiver shows the height position for the height speakers. Now, there was a sound, it's a bit of a delay though, but now let's go and see if it recognises the overhead speakers. Right, cross fingers here now. doesn't come up with the overheads. It's all rather basic.
I'm full.
Oh, I don't believe it. It's come up with Dolby Atmos on the receiver. Oh. Well, I'll be. That is a measure of success. Now, the only thing is the audio going to keep cutting out? Well, that's the first one that's happened. Well, I guess long term will be the judge of this, but
I was travelling by the swamp.
anyway, so far, so
Hard to make a living on main
so
roads.
good. Oops, that sounded like a dropout. Oh, the sound keeps cutting out. Ah. No, still cutting out. Doesn't make a damn difference.
Don't worry.
No, cuts out.
To the top of fine French cuisine and
And it comes up Dolby Atmos.
Outside, but it is on the inside.
you fool Witcher.
This is all pretty hopeless.
Winfrey was acutely affected. Her stepmother.
I'll have to figure out what the hell I'm going to do.
Canary. Strange.
Well, it's come down to some really bad alternatives. I can get Atmos to work on Netflix, but only using the lightning cable, and also occasionally the audio drops out. On the other programs, the audio drops out, which, what do you do about that? It's just terrible. So the other alternative is to go back to my normal HDMI cabling with the splitter as the buffer, and that's what you're seeing now, and the audio is good except for the crackles. I get crackles through it all the time. Oh no, it comes down to these audio breaking up. Unless I can solve that, it's pointless, any of this, with the lightning cable and with this HDMI cable. There's no point in it if I can't fix the crackles. Oh, between a rock and a hard place. I've been talking a lot, but basically just going through the thought processes and all the things that can go wrong, and as usual they mostly do go wrong. Anything to do with PCs and AV. I never have much luck, but it's closer than it was before. If only I could fix this crackles on this setup. Not the happy ending I was after.